Wait, I'm sharing. Just a second. Hare Krishna. So today's chapter is the son of Drona punished. Story summary. After instructing Vyasadeva to write about Krishna, Narad Muni departed. Vyasadeva was now feeling very much hopeful now. So he sat down in his ashrama, surrounded by beautiful berry trees, and began to meditate. While meditating, he thought of Lord Krishna. Then something amazing happened. He saw that Lord Krishna was in control of the whole material world. He also saw that people are actually really happy spirit souls, but the dark, cloudy material world is covering them so much that they have forgotten that who they are and who they have become, and they have become really miserable. So in the last chapter, we did that Vyasadeva was writing all the scriptures, the Vedas, the Puranas, but he still was not very satisfied. So his spiritual master Narad Muni came to him and he guided him that even after writing so many Vedas and Puranas, the reason that why you're not yet satisfied is because you have not written about Lord fully and about devotional service in a right way. So then Narad Muni guides him to compile the Srimad Bhagavatam, to write the Srimad Bhagavatam. And in that way, you will feel satisfied. So now, Narad Muni then departed Vyasadeva's ashrama. And then here, Vyasadeva is feeling so much happier. And before writing the Srimad Bhagavatam, he first meditated on whom? He meditated on Krishna. And then he saw Lord Krishna, that he is the the cause of all causes, and he's the controller of the material world. He also saw that people are very happy, but they have been covered by the material existence and by the dark, cloudy curtain of material existence, and then they're very miserable. Okay, so we know, right, who we are. They have forgotten that who we really are. So before doing this 18-day course, or before reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, or before getting into Krishna conscious, we didn't know who we are, what is our real identity. Yes, who we are. हम कौन हैं? हम आत्मा है या शरीर है? Who are we? You can raise your hand and then you can answer. Aradhana, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hansi. Yes, हम कौन हैं? Who we are? Are we the soul or are we the body?
Soul.
Soul. Good. Very nice. So who we are? We are the part and parcel of Krishna. We are the spirit souls. And what is our relationship with Krishna? How can we go back to him? Renit? How can we go back to Krishna?
Consciousness.
By being in Krishna consciousness. And how to be in Krishna consciousness?
By knowing about Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? So these mantras are very powerful. Good. So we learned today that how can we go back to Krishna? When we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it is the Yagna Sankirtana, Kalyuga's Yuga Dharma. So here he sees that Vasudeva, that all the people are not very happy. They have forgotten that who we really are, who they really are. So that's why he compiles the Srimad Bhagavatam. When we read the Bhagavatam, we get to know that who we are, what is our relationship with him. We get to know more about Krishna. And in that way, we purify ourselves and we can surrender unto Krishna. तो यहाँ पर पिछले अध्याय में हमने जाना था कि व्यासदेव संतुष्ट नहीं थे इतने वेद और पुराण लिखने के बाद भी, तो जो उनके गुरु है नारद मुनि, वो उनके पास आते हैं और उनको गाइड करते हैं कि आप अभी इसलिए संतुष्ट नहीं है क्योंकि आपने सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट आप भूल गए हैं। आपने कृष्ण के बारे में नहीं बताया, भक्ति के बारे में इसमें वर्णन नहीं किया है। तो इसलिए नारद मुनि व्यासदेव को भागवतम की रचना करने के लिए बोलते हैं। उसके बाद नारद मुनि जो है उनके आश्रम से चले जाते हैं और व्यासदेव फिर भगवान पे ध्यान केंद्रित करना शुरू करते हैं, कृष्ण पे ध्यान केंद्रित करते हैं। और वो देखते हैं कि कृष्ण क्या है, सभी भौतिक जगत के बीज प्रदाता पिता है, आध्यात्मिक और भौतिक जगत, राइट। अहम सर्वस्य प्रभवो मत्तः सर्व प्रवर्तते। हु इज कृष्णा? कृष्ण क्या है? कृष्ण भौतिक और आध्यात्मिक जगतों के कारण स्वरूप है। सर्वस्य प्रभवो, इज द सीड गिविंग फादर, हम बीज प्रदापिता, सो ही सीज दैट। और व्यासदेव फिर देखते हैं कि जितने भी लोग हैं वो बहुत संतुष्ट है, लेकिन वो अपने आप को भूल चुके हैं, हु वी आर, अपनी आइडेंटिटी को भूल चुके हैं कि हम कौन है। इसलिए वो क्या है, बहुत दुखी है। I know, thought Vyasadeva, the secret is that if people serve Lord Krishna, then he can protect them from the dark, cloudy, material world. It's his eternal energy, Maya. Okay, so we are covered by the eternal energy of Krishna, by external energy of Krishna. Okay, by Maya. So how can we get free from Maya? When we serve Krishna. So easy, right? So you can see everyone told now, right? Aradhana Arene, what they said. But how can we go back to Krishna? By chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when we surrender unto Lord Krishna, so we can get out of the dark, cloudy, material world, and Krishna can protect us from it. So, what is the key? What is the most important part? When we serve Lord Krishna, so in that way, whatever problems are there, it will get vanished away. Please don't call whoever is calling. Okay. Hare Krishna. I know, thought व्यासदेव। तो व्यासदेव सोचते हैं कि मैं जानता हूँ कि किस तरह से जो लोग हैं वो कृष्ण को शरणागत हो सकते हैं और किस तरह से वे इस माया से छूट सकते हैं। किस तरह से कर सकते हैं? जब हम भागवतम पढ़ते हैं, भगवत गीता पढ़ते हैं, इससे हमें क्या मिलती है? प्रेरणा मिलती है। और उससे हम जानते हैं कि हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र का जप करने से हम भगवान के शरणागत हो सकते हैं और हम फिर क्या हो जाते हैं? खुश हो जाते हैं, हैप्पी हो जाते हैं, and we get to know the real meaning of our life. Yes, he continued to think, I will write about Krishna and call the book Srimad Bhagavatam, the book we are reading now. Whoever hears the story will surely love Lord Krishna so much that they will want to serve him, and then they will never feel sad, delusioned, or scared ever again. So now he thinks that I will write about Krishna. Okay, and when I write about Krishna, I call this book Srimad Bhagavatam, and then whoever reads the story of Srimad Bhagavatam, they will surely love Krishna. They will surely get into love with Krishna, and then they will serve him, and they will never feel sad, delusion, or scared. So this is when we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Why are we reading the scriptures? Why are we reading the Srimad Bhagavatam and everything? So that we get to know more about Krishna, and in that way we can serve Krishna in a more good way. Okay, so in that way, this is the only key. When we serve Krishna, we can we can be happy, okay, and we can never feel sad, delusioned, or scared. तो फिर व्यासदेव सोचते हैं कि मैं कृष्ण के बारे में लिखूंगा और इस किताब में, और इसका नाम मैं क्या रखूंगा? भागवतम रखूंगा, श्रीमद् भागवतम। और जो भी श्रीमद् भागवतम को पढ़ेगा वह कृष्ण को जानेगा और वह धीरे धीरे कृष्ण की सेवा में लगेगा और फिर वह क्या हो जाएगा? संतुष्ट हो जाएगा, हैप्पी हो जाएगा, और वह कभी भी दुखी या डिल्यूजन नहीं होगा और कभी भी डरेगा नहीं। तो वह इस माया के बंधन से, इन 3 modes of material nature से फ्री हो जाएगा। Therefore, Vyasadeva wrote down the pastimes of Lord Krishna and taught these to his own son, Shukdeva Goswami, who was already free from the dark, cloudy, material world. He was already happy, but hearing about Krishna made him even happier. So who's Shukadeva Goswami? Shukadeva Goswami is the son of Vyasadeva. So Vyasadeva then wrote this pastimes of Lord Krishna. He wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam and then taught these to his son, Shukadeva Goswami. So he was already free from the dark, cloudy material world. He was already happy. But when he heard about Krishna, he became even more happier. तो उसके बाद व्यासदेव ने ये भागवतम की रचना की और ये भागवतम को उन्होंने फिर अपने पुत्र सुखदेव गोस्वामी को सुनाया और सुखदेव गोस्वामी और प्रसन्न हो गए और खुश हो गए. He was already okay. Shuta Goswami then said to the sage, I shall begin the transcendental narration of the Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam actually starts from here. Okay. It all begins when the battle of Kurukshetra. So here Shuta Goswami is narrating this Bhagavatam to whom? The sages of Naimisharanya. It all begins when the battle of Kurukshetra between the evil Kauravas and the saintly Pandavas had ended. The evil Duryodhana was lying on the ground with a broken spine and mourning because his Kaurava army had lost the battle. So it all begins when the battle of Kurukshetra between the evil. So Kauravas had lost the battle of Mahabharata. And Duryodhana was lying on the ground, mourning that he had lost, and Pandavas had won. So he was in a very bad state. His spine had been broken, and he was in too much pain. Okay, so here Pandavas won, and Kauravas, lost. So here where the Mahabharata ended. तो यहाँ पर पुस्तक शुरुआत होती है कुरुक्षेत्र के युद्ध स्थल में. तो कुरुक्षेत्र का जब ये युद्ध चल रहा था, महाभारत चल रहा था, तो उसके अंत में क्या हुआ? जितने भी कौरव थे वे हार गए और पांडव जीत गए और दुर्योधन बहुत ही बुरी अवस्था में थे और वे शोक मना रहे थे कि मैं हार गया, कौरव हार गए और पांडव जीत गए. Ashwatthama was the son of Dronacharya, a Brahmana, and he was also on the side of the Kauravas. So Ashwatthama, who is Ashwatthama? He was the son of Dronacharya. And Dronacharya was the spiritual master of all the Pandavas. So Dronacharya was on the side of Kauravas. And Ashwatthama was the son of Dronacharya. So he was automatically on the side of whom? Kauravas. He was a Brahmana. तो अश्वत्थामा कौन है? वे द्रोणाचार्य के पुत्र है, एक ब्राह्मण है और वे कौरवों की सेना में थे. I can't wait to see my master Duryodhana so defeated, he thought while seeing Duryodhana lying on the ground. Ashwatthama angrily snuck into the Pandavas' camp and did something very terrible. He saw the 5 poor, defenseless sons of Pandavas sleeping in their beds, and he chopped off their heads. Then he ran back to Duryodhana and showed his master what he had done, thinking that Duryodhana would be very pleased. But oh no, even Duryodhana disapproved this cowardly act, and he wasn't pleased in the least. So here, Ashwatthama had an idea that he was seeing that Duryodhana, his master, was so defeated. He was in such a bad state. So then, what did Ashwatthama do? Ashwatthama snuck into the Pandavas' camp, and the 5 sons of Pandavas were sleeping. Okay, Pandavas had 5 sons with Draupadi. So they were all sleeping. So what did Ashwatthama do? To take the revenge, Ashwatthama, when they all were peacefully sleeping, he cut off their heads. Okay, one by one, all the of 5 sons of Pandavas. And then he ran back to Duryodhana and said that he had done that. And then Duryodhana was not pleased. Even his master was not pleased. So even Duryodhana disapproved this act, and he wasn't pleased in the last. And then when Draupadi found out that the son of the Pandavas, the 5 sons of the Pandavas, that he had just discovered that they were all killed, she was in a very bad state, and she was mourning that my sons had been died, and she cried and cried. When her husband Arjuna learned about this, he was upset, and he tried to comfort her. My dear wife, Draupadi, he said, I'm going to chase that Ashwatthama and sever his head and bring it to you. So what happened? So then Draupadi was mourning because his sons of Pandavas had died. She was the mother, right? So she was mourning and she was crying and crying. She was in a very bad state. And then Arjuna said that, my dear wife, he tried to comfort his wife, Draupadi. He said that, my dear wife, don't cry. I'm going to chase that Ashwatthama and going to bring his head to you. तो क्या हुआ था, अश्वत्थामा जब देख रहे थे कि दुर्योधन कौरव हार गए, तो उन्होंने बदला लेने के लिए क्या किया, वे पांडवों के शिविर में गए और उन्होंने क्या किया, वहां पर पांडवों के 5 पुत्र सो रहे थे, तो उन्होंने क्या किया, उन 5 पुत्रों की उन्होंने गला काट दिया। ओके, और जब उन्होंने बदला लेने के लिए, तो जब उन्होंने गला काटा, वे वापस दुर्योधन के पास गए। उनको लगा कि दुर्योधन बहुत खुश होंगे, लेकिन इवन दुर्योधन जो थे वे प्रसन्न नहीं थे जो अश्वत्थामा ने किया। और जब द्रौपदी ने देखा कि जो उनके 5 पुत्र है उनको अश्वत्थामा ने मार दिया है, तो वे क्या हुई, बहुत ज्यादा रोने लगी। ओके, बहुत दुख में हो गई, शोक करने लगी। और उसके बाद अर्जुन जो है अपनी पत्नी को कंफर्ट करने लगे और कहने लगे कि मैं अश्वत्थामा के पास जाऊंगा और उसका गला काट कर लाऊंगा। Saying this, he dressed in his armor, prepared his weapon, and then sat off his chariot with Lord Krishna as his driver to chase the evil Ashwatthama. So then, to take the revenge from Ashwatthama, what he did, he dressed up in his suit and everything, the armor, and then he prepared his weapons, and then he sat on the chariot, and Lord Krishna was his driver. Okay, but the sad, so to chase the evil Ashwatthama, they were trying to chase the Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama saw Arjuna in the distance coming toward him and gave speed and started to panic. He quickly boarded his own chariot and tried to get his horses to gallop as fast as possible to save his very own life. But soon they became tired. What was he to do? Arjuna had almost caught up with him and he would definitely be killed because his horses didn't want to run away anymore. तो यहाँ पर अर्जुन क्या करते हैं, अर्जुन अपना रथ लेकर, कृष्ण क्या थे, सारथी थे, और वे अश्वत्थामा को पकड़ने के लिए जाते हैं। तो अश्वत्थामा जब देखते हैं कि अर्जुन मेरे पास आ रहा है, तो वो बहुत घबरा जाते हैं और वो क्या करते हैं, अपना खुद का रथ लेते हैं और उसमें बैठते हैं। और वो घोड़े क्या करते हैं, भागने लग जाते हैं। वे अर्जुन से भागने लग जाते हैं क्योंकि उनको क्या थी, अपनी जान बहुत प्रिय थी, क्योंकि उनको पता है अर्जुन क्या है, बहुत बड़े योद्धा है और वे उनको मार सकते हैं। ओके, लेकिन किल है। So then he started to run away. वो भागने लग जाते हैं, लेकिन एक टाइम बाद क्या होता है, जितने भी घोड़े हैं वे थक जाते हैं और वो और भागना नहीं चाहते। तो अब अश्वत्थामा सोचते हैं कि अब मैं क्या करूं, कि मैं अब तो बच नहीं सकता, what should I do? तो वे क्या करते हैं, अपना ब्रह्मास्त्र निकालते हैं। Even though he didn't know how to withdraw it, वो नहीं जानते थे कि इस ब्रह्मास्त्र को मैं किस तरह से अपने पास, जब देखिए क्या होता है ना, मंत्रों को बोलते हैं। I'll explain this in English also. So when we speak this mantra, जब हम ये मंत्रों को उच्चारण करते हैं, मंत्र क्या है, बहुत ही सेक्रेड है, तो वे क्या करते हैं, अश्वत्थामा मंत्रों का उच्चारण करते हैं और वे ब्रह्मास्त्र अपीयर होता है उनके पास, ब्रह्मास्त्र आता है। ब्रह्मास्त्र क्या है, सबसे पावरफुल वेपन है, लेकिन उनको ये नहीं पता था कि जब मैं ये ब्रह्मास्त्र छोड़ूंगा तो उसको वापस किस तरह से लेना है, उनको ये विद्या नहीं पता थी। So then what happened, when Arjuna started to chase Ashwatthama, Ashwatthama was seeing Arjuna from a distance, and then he sat on his chariot and he started to run away. But at a time when the horse was running and running, they became very tired and the horse stopped. Now Ashwatthama was very desperate to save his life, and then Ashwatthama chanted some mantras, and then the Brahmastra appeared. What is Brahmastra? It is one of the most deadliest weapon. Okay, the most powerful weapon. But he didn't know how to withdraw that Brahmastra. He didn't have this education. So in the same way, you know what happened? You can see how by chanting some mantras he got this Brahmastra. Even in a similar way, what is the powerful weapon of this Kali Yuga is, how can, by chanting some mantras, we can get to Krishna. What is that mantra? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. So in this way, when we chant the name of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what is this? Yagna Sankirtana. This is our Kali Yuga's Yagna. So when we chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what is this? This is the most powerful mantra, Maha Mantra. We see mantras, but what is Maha Mantra? Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It is one of the most powerful weapon the most powerful mantra. In this way, we can go back to Krishna. तो सबसे कलयुग का ये हम किस तरह से भगवान को प्राप्त कर सकते हैं? हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र का जप करके, है ना। तो कलयुग में अगर हमें देखना है ना, ये मंत्र क्या होते हैं? बहुत पावरफुल होते हैं। अगर मंत्र इतने पावरफुल है तो महामंत्र कितना पावरफुल होगा। तो महामंत्र क्या है? हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र। जब हम हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र का जप करते हैं तो हम भगवान को बहुत आसानी से प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। चैंट हरे कृष्ण एंड बी हैप्पी। When this fiery Brahmastra arrow was released, a glaring light spread in all directions and began to burn the whole world. Arjuna became fearful, so he turned to his dear Lord Krishna. My Lord, only you can stop your devotees feeling scared. And I know you can constantly protect the devotees who always think about you. Where is this burning light coming from? I don't understand what is happening. So here, Ashwatthama, he released the Brahmastra and it was all light everywhere, a very sharp light. And now here Arjuna, surrender unto Krishna. Then Krishna, please, I surrender unto you. Please tell me what should I do? Because I know when devotees surrender unto you, you protect him. So whenever we're in a very helpless state, when we are not knowing what we should do, we should surrender unto Krishna. We should take guidance from him. And here Archana says that, my Lord, only you can stop devotees feeling scared. And I know that you constantly protect the devotees who think about you. So where is this coming from? Where is this burning light coming from? I don't understand what is happening. So Krishna smiled at his dear devotee and explained, this is Ashwatthama's foolish doing. He invoked the devastating Brahmastra weapon because he was scared of his life. But he doesn't know how to stop it. My dear Arjuna, you know how to stop it. If you release another Brahmastra to counteract it, you can then withdraw both of them. So Krishna says here that this Brahmastra, this burning light is coming from Ashwatthama's foolish doing. Ashwatthama released a Brahmastra, right? So now he didn't know how to stop this Brahmastra. He released it, but he doesn't know what to do now. So then Krishna tells to Arjuna that he doesn't know how to withdraw it, how to stop it. So you also have a Brahmastra. You release a Brahmastra, and when they both meet each other, they both counteract each other. What will happen? It will stop. So this is what some weapons. Okay. तो यहाँ पर अर्जुन क्या होते हैं? अर्जुन बहुत घबरा जाते हैं. अर्जुन बहुत घबरा जाते हैं कि लाइट कहाँ से आ रही है, ये कहाँ से ये प्रकाश इतना आ रहा है. तो वो क्या करते हैं? भगवान को शरणागत होते हैं और कहते हैं कि मैं कृष्णा को शरणागत हूँ, प्लीज आप मुझे बताएं, मैं बहुत डर रहा हूँ, आप प्लीज मुझे बताएं मैं क्या करूँ. मुझे पता है जब भक्त आपको शरणागत होते हैं तो आप हमेशा उनको उनकी सहायता करते हैं. ये कहाँ से, ये इतनी बर्निंग लाइट कहाँ से आ रही है? मुझे कुछ नहीं पता इधर क्या हो रहा है. तो कृष्ण फिर अर्जुन को बोलते हैं कि ये जो ये अश्वत्थामा की तरफ से आ रहा है. अश्वत्थामा ने अपनी जान बचाने के लिए उन्होंने क्या किया? ब्रह्मास्त्र छोड़ा है. लेकिन अब उनको पता नहीं है कि उसको रोकना कैसे है. तो अर्जुन, तुम जानते हो कि इसे किस तरह से रोकना है, तो इसलिए एक ब्रह्मास्त्र तुम्हारे पास भी है. उस ब्रह्मास्त्र को छोड़ो और जब वे एक दूसरे से मिलेंगे, when they contact each other, the brahmastra will stop. So Arjuna circumambulated Lord Krishna and then shot another fiery Brahmastra. The two Brahmastra combined and created a great circle of fire around the whole universe, and it was very hot. He then quickly withdrew both of the Brahmastra and all the danger had gone. The meek Ashwatthama was standing before him, shivering in fright. That was nothing he could do now. So then Arjuna released his weapon, the Brahmastra, and then when they both combined in each other, the doing the stop, the Brahmastra stopped, and when he withdrew the Brahmastra, and now Ashwatthama was very scared. Now he can't do anything, and he was really frightened, and he was shivering in fright. तो यहाँ पर अर्जुन क्या करते हैं? अर्जुन ब्रह्मास्त्र को छोड़ते हैं, और जब वे दो ब्रह्मास्त्र मिलते हैं तो क्या होता है? तो इन दोनों का जो शक्ति है वे खत्म हो जाती है और वे वापस से उसको रोक लेते हैं. अब अश्वत्थामा के पास कुछ भी करने के लिए नहीं है. ओके, अश्वत्थामा नहीं जानते कि वे अपनी जान को किस तरह से बचाए. तो वे क्या हो रहे हैं? वे बहुत घबरा जाते हैं, वे बहुत डर रहे हैं. Arjuna looked at him angrily, with his eyes blazing like two red balls of copper. He grabbed the foolish son of Brahmana and bound him with the ropes just like an animal. He killed your sleeping sons, Krishna reminded him, and he will have to pay back his karma in his next life if you don't punish him now. Also, you promised Draupadi you would never sever his head. You would sever his head. He even displeased his own master. I think you should kill this Ashwatthama right now. So then Arjuna took Ashwatthama, ordered Arjuna bound him with ropes of the son of Brahmana, Ashwatthama. And then Krishna says that he killed your sons, sleeping sons, when they were sleeping. Now he has to pay back for his karma. You need to kill him. You promised Draupadi. So you need to kill this Ashwatthama right now. So Ashwatthama was a Brahmana. So as we learn in the Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna say? That Brahmana is not by birth. Okay, it is by guna and karma. Okay, so nobody is Shudra by birth. Nobody is Brahmana by birth. Nobody is Kshatriya by birth. It is by their actions. Everybody is Shudra by their birth. But by their guna and karma, one can know it is a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra. So even though Ashwatthama was a Brahmana from the birth, but not by his guna and karma, not by his activities. So here, that's why Lord Krishna is saying that you should kill this Ashwatthama. Even though he's a Brahmana, he didn't act like a Brahmana. So यहाँ पर कृष्ण अर्जुन को कहते हैं कि तुम अश्वत्थामा ने क्या किया है, तुम्हारे सोए हुए पुत्र का वध किया है और तुमने द्रौपदी को वचन दिया है कि तुम क्या करोगे, इसका गला काटोगे, राइट. तो इसलिए अश्वत्थामा को तुम्हें इधर ही उसका वध कर देना चाहिए. तो हम जैसे कि भगवद गीता में पढ़ते हैं, चतुर्विधा पचन्ते चातुर्वर्ण्य मया सृष्टम गुण कर्मा विभागश. तो ये जो 4 वर्ण है, ब्राह्मण, क्षत्रिय, वैश्य और शूद्र, ये किस तरह के हैं, किस तरह से विभाजित होते हैं, गुण और कर्मों के हिसाब से. कोई भी जन्म से ब्राह्मण नहीं होता या क्षत्रिय नहीं होता, अपने गुणों और कर्मों के हिसाब से होता है. तो यहाँ पर हम अश्वत्थामा को देख सकते हैं. अश्वत्थामा जन्म से तो ब्राह्मण था, लेकिन उसके कार्य ब्राह्मणों जैसे नहीं थे. इसलिए कृष्ण क्या कहते हैं कि तुम्हें इसका अभी वध कर देना चाहिए. Arjuna was angry, but he did not feel like killing Ashwatthama. So he dragged him back to his camp and presented the wretched Ashwatthama to his wife Draupadi. Ashwatthama looked just like an animal bound up with ropes, and he stood silently before her. The kind-hearted Draupadi couldn't bear to see him in this state. "Release him!" she cried with tears in her eyes. He's still a son of Brahmana, so we must respect him. After all, it was by the mercy of his father, Dronacharya, that he learned the military art of throwing and controlling weapons. And besides, she sobbed, "I wouldn't want this mother to cry for the loss of a son, like I am now." तो यहाँ पर जब अश्वत्थामा को द्रौपदी के पास लिया जाता है उस शिविर में, तो द्रौपदी क्या कहती है कि अश्वत्थामा को छोड़ दो, ये क्या है, एक ब्राह्मण है. इवन तो इन्होंने मेरे पुत्रों का वध किया है, लेकिन ये है तो ब्राह्मण ही, राइट. तो मैं नहीं चाहती कि इनकी माता जो है इनके लिए रोए जिस तरह से मैं रो रही हूँ, करेक्ट. सो इन सिमिलर वे Draupadi was very kind-hearted, just like a devotee is. So now she, in a kind heart, says that don't kill Ashwatthama, release Ashwatthama. Okay, don't kill him because he's a son of Brahmana, and only because of his father, Arjuna has learned about the military weapons and how to control them, how to release them. So leave him alone. So that's what Draupadi says. Now everyone, included Queen Yudhishthira, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadev, agreed with her, except for Bhima. You know what Bhima's nature, right? So everybody is agreeing with her, but Bhima is not. Bhima is shouted with great anger. No, he didn't act like a Brahmana. He should be killed. Even though he's Brahmana by nature, but he should be killed. But now Arjuna was very confused. Both are right? Even Draupadi is right and even Bhima is right. So now he looked at Krishna, helpless. So you can learn one thing from Arjuna here. Whenever you don't know any answer of your question, you should surrender unto Krishna. Krishna will guide you. Okay? तो यहाँ पर सब किंग युधिष्ठिर, जो भी युधिष्ठिर, नकुल और सहदेव द्रौपदी से सहमत होते हैं, लेकिन भीम नहीं होते। भीम क्या कहते हैं कि अश्वत्थामा ब्राह्मण, जन्म से तो ब्राह्मण है, लेकिन इसके कार्य ब्राह्मणों जैसे नहीं है, हमें इसको अभी मार देना चाहिए। लेकिन अंदर अर्जुन बहुत कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कि दोनों ही सही है। तो वह कृष्ण की तरफ पूछते हैं कि कृष्ण, मैं अब क्या करूं? What should I do now? Krishna advised, a son of Brahmana shouldn't be killed, but he didn't act as a Brahmana, so he can be killed. And the scriptures tell us both ways are right. So you must now decide what to satisfy me, what to do to satisfy me. What to do to satisfy me, your brother Bhima and the wife Draupadi. Yes, not Arjuna. I know what to do now. So now Krishna says here, yes, a Brahmana should not be killed. A son of Brahmana shouldn't be killed. But he didn't act like a Brahmana, so he can be killed. तो यहाँ पर कृष्ण क्या कहते हैं कि ब्राह्मण के पुत्र को नहीं मारा जाना चाहिए, लेकिन क्योंकि इन्होंने ब्राह्मण जैसे कार्य नहीं किए हैं, इनमें ब्राह्मण जैसे गुण नहीं है, तो इनको मारा जा सकता है। शास्त्रों में दोनों ही चीज की सहमति है। तो यहाँ पर कृष्ण अर्जुन इधर जान चाहते हैं कि वे क्या करें। Arjun knows that what to do now. I know what to do now. So what he does, he pulled out his sword and plucked the jewel from Ashwatthama's head. We all know, right? Ashwatthama has a jewel in his head, and he takes out the jewel from Ashwatthama's head, and he chopped off all his hair. He unbowed him and drove him away of the camp. Every last bit of Ashwatthama's honor was gone, which was paid worse than death. In this way, the humiliated Ashwatthama was at the same time killed and not killed by intelligence of Lord Krishna and his dear friend Arjuna. So what did Arjuna did? Arjuna took off the jewel from his Ashwatthama's head, chopped off his hair, and then he put out. So in this way, what happens now? This is a humiliation, This is not a right, all the honor of Ashwatthama has been now gone. So it is even worse than that. So in this way, he is even killed and not even killed. So this is a mastermind. So Krishna and Arjuna, by the mind of Krishna and Arjuna, Ashwatthama is even killed and not killed on the same time. He was badly humiliated. His all honor was gone. तो यहाँ पर अर्जुन क्या करते हैं, अश्वत्थामा की जो मणि थी मस्तिष्क पे, उसको क्या करते हैं, उसको निकाल देते हैं और उसको फेंक देते हैं, और अश्वत्थामा के जितने भी बाल है उसको हटा देते हैं, उसको चॉप कर देते हैं। तो इस तरह से अश्वत्थामा क्या होता है, ये क्या है, मृत्यु से भी बढ़कर है। तो इस तरह से उनको मारा भी जाता है और वह मारे नहीं भी जाते हैं। तो उनका क्या होता है, जितना भी सम्मान है, ऑनर है, ह्यूमिलेटेड, ही इज वेरी ह्यूमिलेटेड, वो खत्म हो जाता है। The Pandavas and Draupadi, overwhelmed with grief, then started the proper rituals of their son. So, in this way, we end the chapter today of the son of Drona punished. So, we learned a lot of lessons from today's chapter. That how can we basically put this in our real life? So, first, we learned that these four qualities, Chaturvarna Maya Srishtam, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. Nobody is by birth a Brahmana. Nobody is by birth a Kshatriya. They are by Guna and Karma. Okay? By activities. So, when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when we know about Krishna, then we are even above of them. We are Vaishnavas. Okay? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Above them is Vaishnava. So when we surrender unto Krishna, we are above four of them. Okay, तो first lesson we learned today. तो हमने कुछ इसमें से आज के चैप्टर में से क्या जाना, पहला कि कोई भी जन्म से ब्राह्मण, क्षत्रिय, वैश्य नहीं होता, गुणों और कर्मों के हिसाब से होता है। लेकिन जब हम हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र का जप करते हैं, जब हम भगवान को शरणागत हो जाते हैं, तो हम किस में आते हैं, वैष्णव कैटेगरी, इससे भी बढ़कर कैटेगरी में आ जाते हैं। एंड एक और चीज, what did we learn? One more thing we learned, that we should seek his shelter first. whenever we think we are helpless and we don't know what to do, what we should do, we should surrender unto Krishna. We should seek his shelter. Devotees remember the Lord and seek his shelter before doing anything, because it is by his mercy only we are able to act. So whatever we are able to do is only by Krishna's mercy. So whatever we eat, whatever we offer, or whatever we give away, what we should do, we should first offer it to Krishna and then accept it. First, we should seek his blessing. Whatever we are here is only by Krishna's mercy. Everything happens only by his mercy. और हमने एक और लेसन क्या जाना, seek his shelter first. हमें क्या करना चाहिए, भगवान को पहले शरणागत होना चाहिए. जो भी हम कार्य करते हैं वह भगवान की कृपा से ही होता है. जो भक्त होते हैं, डिवोटीज होते हैं, वे क्या करते हैं, कोई भी कार्य करने से पहले भगवान को शरणागत होते हैं, कृष्ण को शरणागत होते हैं और फिर वे कार्य को करते हैं. तो कभी भी अगर हमको लगता है कि हम हेल्पलेस है और हमें इस चीज के बारे में नहीं पता, तो हमें क्या करना चाहिए, भगवान को शरणागत होना चाहिए. जो भी हम खाते हैं, जो भी कार्य करते हैं, वो हमें पहले भगवान को अर्पित करना चाहिए. Power of sound. So one more thing we learned today, that about the mantras. As we see, Ashwatthama, by reciting his mantras, he, took out his Brahmastra. So in a similar way, it is the power of sound. Chanting mantras or Vedic hymns can have very powerful effects. In previous ages, sound vibration could create powerful weapons. So when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what is it? Mahamantra. It is very powerful. And in a similar way, we can go back to Krishna only by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And one more, okay, power of sound. जब तो जिस प्रकार से हम पहले के युगों में देखते थे, क्या होता था, कुछ मंत्रों का उच्चारण करने से वे शस्त्र को प्रकट कर सकते थे, जैसे कि ब्रह्मास्त्र अश्वत्थामा ने प्रकट किया. उसी प्रकार से हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र क्या है, बहुत ही पावरफुल मंत्र है, महामंत्र है. जब हम हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र का जप करते हैं तो हम भगवान को बहुत ही आसानी से प्राप्त हो सकते हैं. One more thing we learned today, that Krishna tests his devotee. Krishna tests his devotee by putting them in challenging situations to see what choices they make. In that way, they became glorified and they set a perfect example for us. As we see, Pandavas were put in so many tests, but they won, right? So in a similar way, what does Krishna does? Krishna tests his devotee by putting them in challenging situations. He sees what we do, like Kunti Maharani, Pandavas, and Ambarisha Maharaj, the Dhruv Maharaj, and Prahlad Maharaj, right? In so many ways he was tried to kill, but still he surrendered unto Krishna. So in a similar way, when these challenging situations come to our life, we should know that Krishna is testing us and we should always be surrendered unto him. तो कृष्ण क्या करते हैं, अपने भक्तों की परीक्षा लेते हैं. तो हमारे लाइफ में जितने भी प्रॉब्लम्स आती है, उसमें हमें क्या करना चाहिए, भगवान को शरणागत रहना चाहिए. जैसे कि पांडवों के जीवन में कितनी समस्या आई, लेकिन वे हमेशा क्या रहे, भगवान को शरणागत रहे. प्रहलाद महाराज को कितनी समस्या आई थी, लेकिन इतनी तरह से मारने का प्रयास किया गया था अपने खुद के पिता के द्वारा, लेकिन हमेशा क्या थे, भगवान को शरणागत है. द्रौपदी, राइट, तभी वह भगवान को शरणागत थी, तो भगवान ने क्या किया, उनकी रक्षा की. Compassion and empathy. Devotees always seek to understand the suffering of others and develop deep compassion for them. They often put aside their own interest to seek the interest of others. So devotees have compassion and they have empathy. So whenever they're in problems, they always seek their understand and the suffering from others. So they develop deep compassion for them, right? As we see Draupadi, right? Draupadi, she was very compassionate. Even though Ashwatthama has killed their sons, she was very compassionate to them and said that please don't kill them. So we should try to develop these qualities into us. So when we see others' pain, we have that pain in ourselves also as Draupadi. So devotees have compassion and empathy. तो भक्त क्या होते हैं, भक्त दयावान होते हैं, उनमें क्या होती है, दया होती है. जैसे कि आज हमने द्रौपदी के एग्जाम्पल से किया, अश्वत्थामा ने उनके 5 पुत्रों का वध कर दिया था, लेकिन फिर भी वे क्या थी, वे क्या कह रही थी कि तुम इनको छोड़ दो. क्यों? क्योंकि उनमें क्या है, दया है, दयालुतापन है. तो इसी प्रकार से भक्त क्या होते हैं, उनमें क्या होती है, कंपैशन होता है। इसी प्रकार से हमें अपने अंदर भी इस तरह से ऐसे गुण को विकसित करना चाहिए। जैसे कि अर्जुन, हमने भगवत गीता की क्लास में भी जाना था, स्टार्टिंग में अर्जुन क्या कहते हैं, कृष्ण मैं युद्ध नहीं करना चाहता हूँ। क्यों युद्ध नहीं करना चाहता हूँ? क्योंकि मुझे इन सब पर दया आ रही है। तो सभी भक्तों में क्या होती है, कंपैशन, दयालुता होती है। तो इसी तरह से हमें अपने अंदर भी इन गुणों को विकसित करना चाहिए। नेक्स्ट, thinking outside the box, the Vedic way. So as Arjuna did, right? What did Arjuna did? Even though he didn't even kill him, and he even killed him. So what is devotees are very subtle, they're very clever. They think out of the box in the Vedic way. So devotees try to their intelligence to serve Lord, even when faced with so-called contradictions. They make their choices according to what is most favorable to serving Lord Krishna. So what do devotees do? They're very intelligent. So they put all of their intelligence in Krishna, and even if they are in their most vulnerable state, they're still thinking that how can I serve Krishna, and they put all of their intelligence in serving Krishna. तो जो भक्त होते हैं वे क्या होते हैं, अति चतुर, बहुत ही चतुर होते हैं, और वे अपनी पूरी जो भी उनकी इंटेलिजेंस होती है वे भगवान की सेवा में लगाते हैं कि किस तरह से मैं इसको भगवान की सेवा में अर्पित कर सकता हूँ। जैसे कि आज अर्जुन ने किया कि किस तरह से, क्या चीज करने से किस तरह से मैं भगवान की भक्ति और अच्छे से कर सकता हूँ। तो these are the 6 lessons we learned today. Okay, you can all you can see the recording again, and then you can write these down, because in this way we can remember that what did we learn and how can we apply in our real life. How can people be protected from the dark, cloudy material world? A. Serve Lord Krishna, use an umbrella, hide under a banyan tree. Those who want to answer this question, please raise your hands. After that, I'll give you the attendance link. You can mark your attendance and then you can leave your class. Saurish Raj, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. The answer is it's serve Lord Krishna.
Good, serve Lord Krishna. If we hear the stories from Srimad Bhagavatam, we will love Krishna and never again ever feel a sad, delusioned, or scared, or all of the above. Okay, there is one more option, which is D, all of the above. Sad, delusioned, scared, or all of the above. You can raise your hand. Kanav?
हरे कृष्णा माता जी।
हरे कृष्णा, हाँ जी।
माता जी दूसरा क्वेश्चन का बोलना है ना?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, यस।
माता जी इसका आंसर है बी, डिसइल्यूजन।
Look, there is one more option. इसमें आया नहीं है शायद ये. There is one more. D also is there. All of the above. A, B, C or D. हाँ जी. Okay, there is one D also. All of the above is the right answer. Scared, delusion, and scared. So when we scan these, some options get, I guess, it got deleted or something. Okay, it's okay. So D is the right answer. All of the above is the right answer. Three are correct. Vyasadeva taught the Srimad Bhagavatam to his son. What was his son's name? Who was Vyasadeva's son? व्यासदेव के पुत्र कौन थे? शौनक ऋषि, सुखदेव गोस्वामी या व्यासदेव? लावण्य लिपि, हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
हाँ जी
माता जी, व्यासदेव के पुत्र का नाम सुखदेव गोस्वामी था।
Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna. Shukadev Goswami was already free from the material world, so he was happy. So when he heard these stories about Krishna, he felt sad, even happier or angry. Ojasvi, Hanji, Hare Krishna. शुकदेव गोस्वामी तो पहले से ही ये भौतिक जगतों से के बंधन से मुक्त थे, लेकिन जब उन्होंने भागवतम के बारे में सुना, भगवान के बारे में जाना, तो वे और खुश हो गए, या वे दुखी हो गए, या वे गुस्सा हो गए? Yes, Ojasvi. Pranavi, what Sukadev goes.
Mataji.
Yes, when he heard these stories about Krishna, he felt what? Sad, even happier, or angry?
Mataji, be even happier.
Good, even happier. Now, this is not an optional question. Now, I'm going to ask you something about what we read about the stories. What did Ashwatthama do that was horrific? You can raise your hand. What did Ashwatthama do in this chapter that was not good and why he was punished? You can raise your hand. So, you can also answer this in Hindi. अश्वत्थामा ने ऐसा क्या किया जिसकी वजह से उनको सजा मिली? ऐसा क्या किया जो बहुत ही बुरा उन्होंने किया? What did he did in today's chapter? Krish?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Ashwatthama killed the sons of the Pandavas.
Sorry, pardon? See the answer again. I was not able to hear you, please.
Ashwatthama killed the sons of Pandavas.
Great, good. Ashwatthama killed the sons of Pandavas. So that's why he was punished. Was Duryodhana happy with this? When Ashwatthama killed the son of Pandavas, was Duryodhana pleased and was he happy? Yes or no? Pranavi?
Ji Mataji.
He was happy?
Ji Mataji.
No. He was not happy, right? So even Duryodhana was not happy what Ashwatthama had did. Even he got his senses, right? So next question. Did Ashwatthama stand and fight or try to run away on his chariot when he saw Arjuna coming after him? Pranit?
Yes, Mataji, which question?
8th question.
8th question. Did Ashwatthama stand and fight or try to run away on his chariot when he saw? He ran away on his chariot.
He ran away on his chariot. Very good. When Ashwatthama's horses were tired, what he did? Run or hide? Or shoot the fiery Brahmastra arrow? Vayunandan Sharma? Vayunandan, when Ashwatthama was running with his horses in the chariot and the horses were tired, what did he do? Did he run? Did he hide? Or did he took his Brahmastra out?
Took his Brahmastra out.
Very good. Very nice. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Who withdraw the fiery Brahmastra arrow? Ashwatthama, Arjuna or Krishna? Ashwatthama didn't know how to withdraw this, how to stop the Brahmastra. Then who stopped the Brahmastra? Archit?
Arjuna.
Arjuna. Very good. Hare Krishna. Who wanted Ashwatthama released? Bhima, Draupadi or Krishna? कौन चाहता था कि अश्वत्थामा को ना मारो? मिश्री?
Ma'am, he was Draupadi.
हाँ जी?
B. Draupadi.
Good, Draupadi. Thank you. Next question. What did Arjuna decide to do in the end to satisfy Krishna, Bhima and Draupadi? Now, whoever listened this properly is going to answer this, okay? So, when Bhima was saying that kill him and then Draupadi was saying not to kill him. So, what did Arjuna do? Last में क्या कर हरे कृष्णा लास्ट में क्या डिसीजन लेते हैं अर्जुन? किस तरह से अश्वत्थामा को मारते हैं और नहीं भी मारते? हरे कृष्णा दृष्टि, can you unmute yourself?
हरे कृष्णा माता जी, अर्जुन उनको मार देते हैं.
मार देते हैं? नो, रॉन्ग. प्रणवी you can अपने आप को अनम्यूट करिए प्रणवी.
जी माता जी.
What does
माता जी, कृष्ण.
हाँ जी बोलिए.
माता जी, आप प्रश्न रिपीट कर सकते हैं?
So when Draupadi was saying, जब द्रौपदी कह रही थी कृष्ण की अर्जुन को कि इनको ना मारो, और भीम क्या कह रहे थे, इनका वध कर दो, तो फिर क्या करते हैं अर्जुन, किस तरह से अश्वत्थामा को मारते हैं और नहीं भी मारते, क्या सजा देते हैं?
माता जी, वो उनके सारे बाल काट चॉप कर देते हैं।
यस।
एंड मैम उनको उनके जो कैंप से फेंक देते हैं
जी, और उनके सिर पे जो मणि होती है वो निकाल देते हैं। तो इस तरह से क्या होता है, इस तरह से द्रौपदी की जैसे द्रौपदी ने कहा था वे उनको मारते भी नहीं है, क्योंकि वो क्या है, ब्राह्मण के पुत्र है, लेकिन क्योंकि वे ब्राह्मण क्या है, ब्राह्मण उन्होंने गुण नहीं किए थे ब्राह्मण जैसे, इसलिए वे क्या करते हैं, इस तरह से उनको ह्यूमिलेट करते हैं। तो इस तरह से क्या होता है, ये क्या है, डेथ से भी बुरा हो जाता है ना, मृत्यु से भी बुरा हो जाता है, उनके वो क्या होते हैं, अपमानित हो जाते हैं। तो इस तरह से कृष्ण जैसे उनको कहते हैं, वे क्या करते हैं, उनको मारते भी हैं और नहीं भी मारते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू। हरे कृष्णा। He took the gem and then chopped the hair. Good. Thank you, Purvi, Ganesh, Jashmita, and Rujulapriya, and Pranavi. Very good. Thank you so much for listening very nicely. Now one more question. So when Arjun, when he was not knowing that what he should do, when the Brahmastra was coming towards him, Arjuna was helpless. Who did he take the shelter of? Anjana?
He took the shelter of Krishna.
Took the shelter of Krishna. And what did Krishna advise him? That you can take the Brahmastra out, and when the two Brahmastra contract, what happens? The power is going to go away. Good. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much. So now I'm going to give you the attendance link in the chat box. Thank you so much for attending and listening so attentively. Now I'm going to give you the attendance link in the chat box. Please don't leave. Please mark your attendance and then you can leave. हम अभी आप सबको चैट बॉक्स में अटेंडेंस का लिंक डाल देते हैं। प्लीज अपनी अटेंडेंस को मार्क कर लीजिए और उसके बाद आप लीव कर सकते हैं। हरे कृष्णा, प्लीज अटेंडेंस को मार्क कर लीजिए। Please mark your attendance. Now, if you have any doubt, you can raise your hand and then you can ask. Hare Krishna, Suryansh. Hare Krishna.
First thing I have doubt and I want to say something. I want to say that the link didn't came on chat box.
No, it came. You check again. I'll send you again. Yes, I'll send you again. Mark your attendance. Hare Krishna. You got it now?
Yes, Mataji. And my question is that why did Vyasadeva only name the book as Srimad Bhagavatam?
Srimad Bhagavatam. Someone, I guess, wrote in the chat also, right? Because it is something. Bhagavatam. Good question, actually. So Bhagavata Puran. Yeah, Bhagavatam actually has a lot of names, only not one. So it all has meanings around it. I guess Krishna wrote it, right? Bhagavatam can be translated as the history of the devotees of Bhagavan Vishnu, the glories of devotees of Vishnu, right? So, the glories of Krishna. He wrote about Krishna pastimes. So the glories of Vishnu is Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay? As Bhagavad Gita, okay, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the song of God, this is about the glory. See, what is Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita are the instructions of Krishna. It is spoken by Krishna. And Srimad Bhagavatam is about Krishna, the glories of Krishna. So you can see, right? If I want to know about Suryansh, if I want to know about you, I will ask about you, right? That who you are. You'll tell, I live here. These are my mother. These are my papa. This is my mother, my father, and my father works this. My father has this company or something. Okay, you tell me about yourself. My favorite color is this. I study in this school and I'm in this standard. But if I want to know more about you, who will I ask? I'll ask about you about your I'll ask about you from your parents or your friends. They know you better than you and they can describe you better than you, right? You're not going to say that, oh, I'm great, I'm very kind person or something. But then I ask to your parents, I ask to your friends, they're going to tell what is the nature of Suryansh, how he really is, okay, and how does he act in that way. So in a similar way, Bhagavad Gita is Krishna telling about himself, that who he really is, and then how can we go back to him. Okay, but the Bhagavatam is about Krishna, about from the devotees we know about Krishna. Okay, so when we read the Bhagavatam, we get to know more about Krishna in a more detailed way. So the glories of Krishna. Okay, Suryansh?
Okay, Mataji.
Any other doubt? Any other doubt?
No, Mataji.
Got clear?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare
And mark the
Krishna.
attendance.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. Hare Krishna, are you Gautam?
Mataji, I have done the attendance. Can I leave?
You can leave.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Any other doubt? Jashmita and Rujul Priya, Hare Krishna. Rujul Priya and
Can I sing a bhajan?
not now. It's already very late. So I'm sorry, Jashmita. I actually have to go somewhere. Okay. So I need to end this class very fast. Okay. You can send me a video of it. Okay. Not now. Or next time we can sing before the class starts. Message me. Hare Krishna, Kashni.
Mataji, I will put attendance. I will leave.
Yes, you can leave. Hare Krishna, Suryansh. Any other question?
Mataji, I said I will do Kirtan in the end of the class.
Sorry.
You said that I can do the Kirtan in end of the class.
As I said, now Jashmita to Rujul Priya, actually have to go somewhere now. You can do it next time in the starting of the class.
Okay, Mataji.
Both of
Okay,
you.
Mataji.
We'll start our class next time at 2:45. You do then. Okay. Next class is also bhajan class anyways.
Okay, Mataji.
You do it.
Okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Any other doubt? Whoever has marked their attendance can leave. Any other doubt, you can raise your hand. Okay, so if no other doubts are there, we'll end our meeting right there. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much for attending the classes and listening so attentively. We'll meet on our next class now. Hare Krishna. Mamsa kalpatarubhyashta kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Swarup.
माताजी
Adi.
माताजी मैंगलोर अभी जन्माष्टमी क्यों आ रहे हैं माताजी आप?
We don't know, Mataji. We may come.
ओके एक्चुअली आए तो उधर आपका भी दर्शन होगा बोल के सोच रहे थे हम.
Actually, Mataji, उसकी पहले शायद वो टीचर ट्रेनिंग कोर्स भी है, तो तब शायद आ सकते हैं. लेकिन अभी कंफर्म नहीं है.
अच्छा, उससे पहले है क्या? जन्माष्टमी के पहले?
हाँ जी, उसके एक दिन पहले है. अभी कंफर्म नहीं है माताजी.
अच्छा अच्छा, तो माताजी को भी हरे कृष्णा बोलिए. हरे कृष्णा.
क्योंकि सूरत रहते हैं ना, तो बैंगलोर बहुत दूर है, इसलिए. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.